Hey friends, it's Monica Schroeder from the SchroederPage.com and the Schroeder Page blog. I'm hauled up here in my little boy's room, hiding away from all of the stuff that's happening downstairs during the summer. But I wanted to share a book with you. It's called What's So Terrible About Swallowing an Appleseed, and it's by Harriet Lerner. It's a really, really great story, and I want you to pay attention to some of the things that are happening because you're going to do some creative writing afterwards about swallowing an appleseed. Here's that title page. What's so terrible about swallowing an appleseed? One day, Rosie and her big sister, Katie, were sitting in her favorite tree eating crisp red apples. Crunch, 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 crunch Rosie. Munch, 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 munched Katie. Crunching and munching and munching and crunching, Rosie and Katie ate their apples right down to the core. Suddenly, Rosie said, "I swallowed an apple seed." "Whoops, I swallowed another one," she giggled. "Oh no," said Katie in her most worried voice. "Watch out." "Why?" asked Rosie. "What's so terrible about swallowing an apple seed?" Katie thought fast. "Well," she said, trying to sound smart, "that apple seed is going to grow into a tree right inside your stomach. That's what's so terrible." "But how can it grow into a tree inside my stomach?" asked Rosie. "It's easy," answered Katie. "It's nice and warm down there. It's just the right place for a seed to grow." Not sure if I'm buying this yet or not. Rosie thought for a long time, but trees need sunshine to grow. It's dark in my stomach. "Well, of course," said Katie. Like most big sisters, she always had an answer for everything. "It's dark in the ground, too, when you plant the seeds there. But when the branches of your apple tree get big enough, they'll grow out your ears and get all the sunshine they need." Rosie sat very still. She thought that she could feel the tree starting to grow inside her stomach. "What should I do, Katie?" she asked. "Let's keep it a secret till the branches start to show," said Katie. I wonder why she wants to keep it a secret. "Okay," said Rosie. She always thought that her big sister knew best. Every night, Rosie asked Katie to look in her ears with a flashlight to see how the apple tree was growing. And every night, Katie said, "I can see it! I can see it! I'm almost sure I can see the tip of a branch down there." And every night, Rosie could not fall asleep for a long time. She could feel her ears itching. And she tried to imagine what she would look like with apple tree branches growing out of her ears. Rosie imagined a lot of problems. None of her hats would fit. She wouldn't fit through the school bus door. That would be awful. No more somersaults and handstands. Or jump rope. Couldn't fit in there. Goodbye haircuts. Look at that. More like a trim. She would have to go to the woodcutter instead. He would have to do the cutting. All she could be when she grew up was a coat rack. Rosie felt very sad. Pretty soon Katie began to feel sad too. She knew a seed really couldn't grow inside Rosie's stomach. I knew it. I hope you did too. And she had known that a lie. She hadn't known that a lie could grow so big. Just like a seed grows into a tree, the bigger the lie got, the harder it was for Katie to tell Rosie the truth. So she used her imagination to cheer Rosie up, Every night she would sit on Rosie's bed and tell her all the good things about having branches growing out of her ears. Rosie could reach up and pick an apple anytime she wanted. I do like apples. When they went to the beach, they would always have a shady spot to sit. If Rosie got lost at the ball game, they would always be able to find her. Rosie would never get lost again. All of their friends could climb up and play on her branches. It should be like one giant playground. On birthdays, they could decorate her branches with ribbons and candles. Close up. All the animals would be her friends. Rosie felt much better. She told her friend Bonnie that she had a special secret. Tell me, begged Bonnie. I'm your best friend. Rosie handed Bonnie the flashlight. Look, in my ears. I don't see anything, Bonnie said. Just a little ear dirt. Don't you see a branch? Asked Rosie. Nope, said Bonnie. Rosie thought about this for a long time. She got madder and madder, and then she went and found Katie. Bonnie looked in my ear, she told her big sister, and she said she didn't see a tree. You told me a lie. Katie said, I can't help it if you believe everything I say. But inside she was glad that the lie was finally over. She hugged Rosie and she said she was sorry. It's okay, Rosie said, but I was starting to like my apple tree. The itch in Rosie's ear went away right away. And that night when she got into bed, she thought about how nice it was to be like everybody else. But she was falling asleep. She started to feel a little bit sad. Katie, Rosie said, I miss my apple tree. Katie understood. So she told Rosie a wonderful story about a little girl with apple tree branches growing out of her ears. And in the spring, the little girl's head would be covered with apple blossoms. And in the summer, birds would build their nests and squirrels would play in her branches. And in the fall, she would bring apples to school for everyone to eat. And before Katie even got to winter, Rosie was asleep. The end. Again, What's So Terrible About Swallowing an Appleseed by Harriet Lerner and Susan Goldhor. Really, really great story. Today I want you to do some creative writing. I want you to kind of pretend that bits of this story might really be true. And if you swallowed an apple seed, what exactly might happen to you? Would you have branches growing out of your ears? Would they grow out of your nose or out of your mouth? What would happen if you swallowed an apple seed and you had a huge tree all around you? How would you make that tree the best tree that it could be? Again, it's Mrs. Schroeder from the SchroederPage.com and the Schroeder Page blog. Bye.